Alrighty, welcome to Doubleclub Diesels. Tonight, well, first of all, I'm Dean, the Doubleclub Diesel guy. If you guys like this stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe it. And just keep watching my stuff, because something cool's bound to happen at some point. I don't know. But anyways, so to recap from last video, I have a sleeper for my 358. I have a fifth wheel, not bolted on. I have bolts not in my frame. I have zero bracketry for any of my hairlines. And it is December, and I would really like to have this on the road by May. Not gonna happen. But we can have goals, can't we? But anyways, today, I gotta get this sleeper flopped down onto its back. Now this thing only weighs supposedly like 350 pounds. Which I can believe it, because I can jockey it around pretty good. But I don't have help, and I don't have any machinery to get this thing flipped over. So I have a tire, and I have myself. So I'm going to see if I can just flop this thing right down. Hopefully not break anything, because as you guys can see, it is gross in here. This piece of plywood here needs to come out. I need to put some new cross members in the bottom. This piece of plywood, well, the whole thing's got to get gutted, but I got to get the base strong. And then what I'm going to do, once I get this base all welded up and strong again, and a new piece of plywood in there, you're going to mount it, and then I can get in, so I'll cut my hole, blah, 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 got the interior, but also the list goes on, because before I can even mount it, I have to fix the rust on the back of this cab, because that's the right thing to do. But anyways, a lot of work to do, very little time. Definitely not going to have this ready by May, but we can sure try. So let's see if I damage this awesome sleeper by trying to let it fall on myself. Bad idea. Such a bad idea. Go too bad. It went gross. It came right down. So now I'm gonna try and lift it up and pull that tire out so that it sits flat. Well, I'm gonna put those long boards underneath it so I don't scratch it up, and then we'll scooch it a couple feet forward here, and I'll show you guys the damage. Not damage, but just she needs to be loved up a little bit. I'm missing a cross member here. Actually, this one's not bad. But, this one's not bad. I'm totally missing this one, which is fine. And that one. And this one. And I don't exactly know how you get this board out. So that'll be a challenge, but that actually went a lot better than I thought. Well, that was less than awesome. It wasn't that bad. What we got going on is I was trying to figure out how to get this piece of plywood off here, and I figured it out. Normally you would take these bolts off of this bracket, the bolts off of that bracket, and this is the whole mounting bracket. And you pull the whole mounting bracket off, and then you can get this thing. But I was thinking, how am I gonna, wow, it smells bad. How am I gonna get this board out when there's a lip down here? Well, I'm gonna cut that. I have to cut that homemade bracket off over there. This thing's gonna come off, and then I'm gonna cut this thing, and then I'll be able to pry this piece of plywood out, slip it up. I'll have a mask on or something. I'm not about to get sick from mouse turd, moist, I don't know, some gross stuff in there. I mean, look, just look at it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just gross. And then we'll go from there. So the old GoPro died, so that was a bummer. I thought I had more battery, so I didn't want you guys to miss out on this key momento of I'm gonna take the pry bar and scoop and poop this thing, or I don't know, maybe. Let's find a way to prop up my phone, you know what I mean? I don't know. There's so much stuff in the garage. Okay. Yep. We're going to not use that. Hold on. Alrighty. See if that. Yeah. I think this is about to get gross in here. Man, I hope there's not a mouse family in here that's just gonna attack me. There's a whole infrastructure in that thing. Oh, gross. Ew. Oh, it smells so bad. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Should have definitely had a mask. Oh my God. We're gonna just put the old sweatshirt over the mouth to it. Well, let's repair this thing. Oh. Oh. Yo, I don't know what to do. Help me. Oh, gross. Smells so bad. I should have had a mask. I should have had a mask on. Oh, well, anyways. By far, that was disgusting. I don't see any family of animals, so that's always good. There's bugs and stuff. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a wrap for tonight, because I gotta get some steel, and we're gonna come back tomorrow and in a minute and I don't know, clean this up. I'll come back with batteries that are charged with the GoPro. But that's exciting. We got that done. It actually doesn't look too bad. It just smells so bad. But we got that off in one piece, so I can make a template out of a new piece of plywood, or maybe one of the ones that are sitting under here. I don't know. Cheaper the better. Alrighty. So it has been 2 holidays, 3 sicknesses, one on which a holiday, and like a month later from the clip that you just saw, and we are finally back working on it. Quick side note, notice all the lights are on in the garage that supposedly has no power. Well, I bought a light tower a while back. You guys probably saw in some videos. I made up an extension cord that I found laying around here, back feeding into that dryer plug that's really janky, and now I have all the lights in the garage and all the outlets, and it's quite nice. Could have I paid to get the electricity put back here with the price of that light tower? Absolutely. But a light tower lights up the whole out yard thing. So, smart decisions. Anywho, what we got going on? We got a lot of cob jobbery because a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh wow, why aren't you just replacing this whole frame back here? Well, it comes down to this. I don't want to. It seems like a giant pain in the butt, and I like things progressing, and I know with my expertise, welding skills that I don't have, I'll be able to make my cob job patch pieces angle iron as strong, if not stronger than before. So what we got here is a giant gap, but I'll fill that in. Not a big deal. Normally I try to be a little bit more precise, but I made a mistake. I bought this stuff at Harbor Freight. Bought this at Tractor Supply. It was wicked expensive because I didn't feel like waiting for the actual piece to be delivered from the steel yard, because it's not like it takes a long time, but you have to spend so much to get free shipping and whatnot. So I bought this and another piece, really expensive, and I didn't do my mathematicals correctly. We got a gap there. That matches up there perfectly. Then we have a piece in right there. I'll tie it in, I'll gusset it, I'll brace it in, but all this other stuff is actually really good. Except for up here, but I bought flat stock. I'm just gonna cut it, weld the piece in, obviously gusset it, and it'll be as good as new. I am not concerned at all about any of my splice welds breaking, because I'm gonna burn it in good. And this thing weighs like 300 pounds. I'm really not worried about it. Plus I'm gonna add some gussets in here that weren't factory. But I want to move along with this project because we got a lot to do this winter, and it's January, and I want this truck on the road looking cool soon. You know what I mean? Because once we get this done, we're gonna be tackling this, and then we'll be able to put the two together. I'm rambling on. A little bit of an update. Sorry for one of those people that really like to watch these videos, but I haven't been staying up on it. Anyways, you'll see some cool stuff next. god, this is the last of the sleeper revival frame repair. We got freaking, I'm gonna give you a walk around for the outro of this video, the outro, whatever that means. I'll show you guys all the crap I did that you just watched, listening to random music that I found for free on YouTube. But anyways, that's what we got. We got this piece in here. We got my welds going, all that stuff. I rounded this edge so that it'll go right up into there quite nicely. It's perfect. I'm actually going to grind a little bit real quick off of that. Put that in as a extra strength gusset, and cuckoo ka-choo, we're going to be welding and whatnot and stuff. So let's clean this up really quick. Got that guy there. We gotta clean him up. I got 3 freaking clamps here, and the only one of them's got a spring on it. Drives me nuts. Boom. Yeah. Oh, a little rusty, huh? Okay. Yeah, we'll just burn through it, you know. What's going on here? That's good enough for me. You know what I mean?